Hello, this is Gary at Jack Raven Bushcraft. Thank you for watching our video. This week I'm going to look at some poisonous berries that I found growing in the hedgerow. We're at the end of August, so great time of year now for foraging for fruits. They're all started to ripen off, and in fact I've already collected up a few things this year. A little earlier though, I was walking along the lane towards our woodland camp, and I spotted some plants in the hedgerow that are poisonous. So I found three different species that have some things in common. So first up, they're poisonous, but secondly, these are plants that are vine-like, I guess, and what they tend to do is sort of weave and wend their way through other things that might be growing in the hedgerow. Now, this is kind of potentially hazardous, risky for us, because when we think we might be picking, for instance, haws, intermingled with them can be the berries from these other plants. So it is worth being mindful of what it is you are picking, being discerning, making sure that every berry that you think is what it is, what you actually think it is, that it is coming off the tree, the shrub that you think it's coming from. So yeah, pay attention to what it is you are collecting. And stood directly in front of some alder and elder, and growing in amongst just up here is white bryony. So I'm just going to pull a little bit of this down so that we can take a closer look at it. In terms of identification, white bryony has a very distinctive leaf. So it's this lobed leaf with the central lobe very long indeed. We've got these little tendrils growing here which allow the plant to wrap itself around branches and twigs and so on. And then we've got the berries here. So the berries typically grow in little clumps. Just as a kind of a point of interest, I guess, white bryony is dioecious. So dioecious means that there are separate male and female plants. So the fruit is going to appear on the female plant. I'm stood in amongst a hawthorn here, and there are some red berries growing. These are not haws, however. So these are woody nightshade, bittersweet. So a member of the nightshade family. These are poisonous and are to be avoided. Now, for me, the berries here are much shinier than you're going to find on hawthorn. And of course they are attached to this vine-like plant. Leaf shape on woody nightshade. We've got a spear-shaped leaf with two spurs at the base. The berries themselves are bright red, very shiny, longer than they are around. Backed up against another hawthorn hedge, although there is a little bit of blackthorn in here as well. This is black bryony, so no relative to the white bryony, just sharing the same name. And here are the berries. So these are currently green, but they will ripen off within the next few weeks, and these will also be red, so a very bright red, and they are going to be growing in amongst the hawthorn, which is going to produce a red berry. These tend to be about the size of a Malteser when they're fully grown. They will be really shiny in appearance, to the extent that they look like plastic. So with a little look, you should be able to tell them apart from the halls with relative ease. Black bryony leaf is heart-shaped. This one is partially eaten, to be fair, but yeah, it's heart-shaped and very shiny. So much like the berries, it almost looks a bit like plastic. To reiterate, when you are foraging for fruits in the hedgerow, be careful and make sure that the berries you are collecting are from the tree or the plant that you think you are collecting them from. So just be mindful, be cautious, on the lookout for those 3 species that I've just described that are commonly found working their way through the hedgerow. So I hope that is of use to you in your bushcraft or foraging adventures. You can subscribe to either our blog or to our YouTube channel to make sure that you don't miss any more content, either of which are Jack Raven Bushcraft. I'll try to get something else out in the next couple of weeks or so. Until then, take care.